Hey, welcome aboard there. Jenny, how you doing? And welcome to the show. So, um, it is 8:42. Still getting a couple things in order. This is how the show goes, Jenny. I don't know if you caught one of my shows before where I brought in some special guests and had a conversation on here, but it's kind of like it's relaxed. It's real relaxed. There's no editing that I'm going to go through or anything like that. We have the good doctor who just showed up. Give me 1 second, Ebony. Just trying to pass through so I can grab my juice from my device. Would have stayed down below and wouldn't have brought myself up, but I hate to keep anybody out here waiting, So that includes my Tommy cats and my special guest. So here we are. So, okay. Well, folks, thank you very much. As you may or may not be aware, this month is National Mental Health Awareness Month. And so our special guest is going to be coming on in just a moment. I'm going to introduce her. She's actually a friend of my wife's. Again, she had gone to Hampton with my wife, and I had attended Virginia State. HBCU is in the building. It's all good. She's also a member of Zeta Phi Beta sorority, and she's the elegant doctor. Worked hard, y'all. And she's very helpful for the planet right now. We're in dire straits right now and very much in need of some attention. Even if it's just for somebody to talk to. Mental health is a very serious issue. I'm always smiling, but this is a very serious issue and something that I feel as though it's very near and dear to me, very, very near and dear to a lot of people that I know are going through and struggling during this time. So let me just bring on our guest. Pop her on up here. Hi, Ebony.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. I was struggling, and I didn't say your name because the last name I didn't want to mispronounce it, and I do
So I
apologize.
would say it's Coney, like Coney Island, like Cheese Coney, if you're from
That's what I was
Cincinnati,
thinking.
Ohio.
Oh,
Yes.
very nice. Dr. Ebony Coney, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice. Fantastic. Big round of applause. Yes.
Thank you.
So it's so great to have you aboard. This is my little nest and haven that's been, holding me steady during this pandemic of people who, and I have my green, I had a green shirt on all day long. And then we got this green screen that I've been trying to work, and I put something up. It was a background. And then I put on the green shirt, and I got here and I was all set. It was like, this is gonna be great. Ebony's gonna say, happy I have on my green. And then because of the green background, it wouldn't let me do the green shirt.
See, okay. I see how that happens. But you got the green background. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you got it.
See, and people need to know that we wear green because it's Mental Health Awareness Month.
That's
why
right.
we wear green.
That's right. So it's great having you aboard. I want to say, what could be my lead in? I told you that I'm off the cuff, and we said that we'll probably just move like this. So, I have people in the chat, folks in the chat, I want you to feel comfortable and ask all kinds of different questions. This is something that I feel as though, we're qualifiable to ask and endure, this type of conversation. I really was looking forward to it all day long as I work around lots of individuals that are in need of attention and in need of stability and stabilizing type of tactics. And although I'm definitely not clinical, I don't know anything about, I'm trying to hold myself steady each day. I'll tell you, I'm hardly the boulder to lean on. But, at the same time, sometimes a kind word, a gesture, I feel a listening ear can be, you know, a good form of comfort for somebody who might be in need of mental stability, doctor.
So if I could start,
yes, please.
I can help you. It's
Thank
not a
you.
problem.
Thanks a bunch.
So one of the things I would say why this discussion is important is COVID-19. We've already had a history of mental illness. We know that it's on a continuum between mental health and mental illness. And sometimes people fluctuate in where they are on that continuum. However, with it being COVID-19, it has highlighted, it has spotlighted, it has provided a platform for people who did not have mental challenges before to now be struggling with something different. Our numbers since COVID-19 has skyrocketed for those who are struggling. And of course, the struggle is part of life. We know that natural cycle, but our resources, our internal resources have been flooded with COVID because not only are you struggling with a pandemic, loss of control, you're struggling with loss that you cannot control, and there's nothing that you can do about it. It's this uncertainty, this fear of the unknown that you cannot control. It's a loss of your basic needs, your basic rights, your basic freedoms. While in the midst of all of that, we're struggling with the things that we see on the news, the racial trauma, the grief, the loss. So it has been compiled all this year, and people have hit their breaking point. So why is this initiative important? Because people need to know that the stigma that is around mental health, we need to eradicate the stigma. We have to, because we have all the people in place who can help us. My friends, my homegirls, my homeboys, your frat brothers, your sorority sisters, you got your tribe, right? But at some point, that tribe might not be able to help you on the journey. You know, I always compare it to physical health. When you get sick, when you need that antibiotic and you got that infection, where are you going? To see your physician. It's the same thing. So I see we got to put some respect on it. The mental health profession needs some respect on it. This is a science. There is a treatment plan. We're not just sitting here chit chatting to chop it up, right?
Okay.
We're really doing some work here. There is a treatment model that we follow. So that is why we definitely need to start having this conversation because people are suffering in silence.
Yes, I agree. I agree, and that it's you kind of like made me think like I did mention, talk to people in a good listening ear, but there is a science, and it's a very, very respected and applied career. So and practice. How long have you been a psychologist?
Psychologist. I have been a psychologist licensed for a long time. So I'm a licensed professional counselor and I am a licensed psychologist here in the state of Florida, serving our most vulnerable population, those who are in foster care, those who are at risk or involved in human trafficking, and serving the community in general. So I am one of those people who have boots on the ground. So
Mhm.
I'm in it and I see it. And as much as we could be serving different populations into each its own, for me, my passion and purpose is right here in the thick of it with those who are impoverished, those who don't know how to get their resources, those who might have, the marginalized group,
Yeah.
those who can't or don't know how to advocate for themselves and know what they need. I kind of stand in the gap for them and provide them with the services that they need to help them on their journey for stability and resilience.
How do they know if they need such treatment?
That's one of the things too. How do you know if you need treatment? So we all have internal resources, right? Self-help, self-coping skills that kind of get us through. When you realize that you have exhausted your internal resources, that you just don't want to get out of bed most days, where you just don't want to shower most days, where you have no desire to live, where you like, I could just wake up, I can go to sleep and just not wake up. When other people, because sometimes you might not notice it, but sometimes it's other people who notice it. Like she's been real irritable lately, and it's been a long period of time. I wonder, did something happen? I noticed that, a significant weight gain or significant weight loss. I know that you have increased your alcohol or drug consumption. So there are different warning signs that are there that will let one know, or one of their people in the tribe to know, that whatever is going on, you need some additional help. And help is good. We got our friends. Like I said, you got all these resources available in that supportive ear. But sometimes you just need somebody objective, somebody who is there for the business, somebody who's not going to go back and tell somebody else what your struggles are, what you're going through. And you can just sit there and spend that time with that licensed professional and work on you.
Mm, heavy. Has there been an increase during this pandemic for people, a certain type of demographic that's been coming to you for mental health services?
So, in general, I would say that there has been an uptick in the need for services since COVID has happened. The
Mhm.
struggle is people having access to the resources. So,
Okay.
we know people need the services in marginalized groups. We know that various ethnic populations, we know that. But how do they get the services? How do they know that the services are there? How do they feel receiving the services? Because we still have that stigma, that stereotype within the communities that something is wrong with you if you go seek services.
Right.
Like, in a lot of instances, we have our prayer leaders, our religious beliefs that help us get us through. But even with that, sometimes you still need something more to help you through that journey.
So, do you find that families come together, or is it something that's an individualized process?
Yeah, I would say it's individualized. So the way that we kind of look at it is the three E's. What's the event? What's the experience? And what's the effect? So there might be an event that happens, say for example, a car accident. The way you respond to that car accident, the experience that you have is going to be different from the next person. And sometimes you see that within our friends and family systems. You'll hear that, why aren't you over that yet? That happened 3 months ago. That happened a year ago. But for that particular person, that's their experience, and the effect of that varies from person to person. So, just like when you go see your physician, the treatment plan for you and your physician, depending on what your diagnosis is and how you're presenting with whatever symptoms you have, is going to vary. So, I think that's important too for us to understand as people, that what's good for you and what works for you might not work for someone else, and that's okay. So you can't apply your playbook probably to someone else's playbook.
Gotcha. Now, are there? It sounds like there's layers to it, but is it something that you find that might be reoccurring? Like a person might set back and maybe have to come and see you again, or seek out attention again, or is it something that's like wham bam and you kind of knock it out the first time?
So
Or
it's going to depend on what it is and what the event is, what the experience is, what the effect is, and who the individual is. We know that, I mean, we have this a huge book of diagnoses that we can come up with a diagnosis based off the presenting symptom. We know that, called the DSM. But depending on what it is, say it might be a relational issue. It might be something that you need to talk about, figure out how to detach from that relationship and walk away and start your next chapter. That might be it. And you could be done in several sessions and work through that. But sometimes there are those long standing issues where people seek ongoing treatment. So once again, it just depends on what the presenting issue is.
Mhm. Wow. So, are there programs that you find nationally or within your state that are help fund those people who are in need of some sort of help or assistance to pay for this services?
So I would definitely advise for anyone who needs help in his or her state to figure out what the resources are. But there are a lot of community programs that are out there that are geared to helping the community and those in need, and they provide a wealth of resources. So it could be individual therapy, family therapy, basic resources. So it just all depends on what it is.
Gotcha. Let me see here. See if we have very true grieving. Let me see. It's a process that comes and goes in stages, all stages of life. So, with the increase of these mortality rates going up and things, do you find that a lot of people need a certain type of? Do you find that people are has the industry become more flooded? Is there enough? Are there enough specialists versus people coming and seeking out the help? Because there's a big population of people, I'm sure, that are still seeking out attention.
Mm-hmm.
How is the ratio that you see in your community for people, or what that you see through magazines and whatnot? I know you probably do a lot of reading. So, what do you see across the board in terms of people being able to find a specialist to
So
help them?
what I would say is that there are plenty of mental health professionals, licensed mental health professionals in the communities ready to serve. Will I say that there has been an uptick in services? Yes, because I know for me particular, we are being flooded with work. We know that. However, are there enough therapists who look like us? That is what the struggle is. Who looks like us? So even though you might have an issue, you might not want to talk to a particular therapist. So the question is, where are the Black psychologists? Where are the Black therapists? We know that having doctorate degrees, that Black people are a low percentage rate of those who have doctorate degrees. So who's meeting our needs? Where are our resources at? And I see this point too about grieving. So I just want to hit on this topic. And I hit on this topic because there has been a lot of loss, as I stated in the beginning, with COVID. And a lot of our resources, like I said, have been overwhelmed as to what is going on. So with that, we know that there are stages of grief. And with COVID, the grief is ongoing.
Mhm.
And I would just encourage people to be patient with yourself and know that what your grieving process looks like, it doesn't mimic that of someone else's. And you never know. And I know just even in our own work with Mother's Day just occurring on Sunday and working with the population that I serve, the assumption is that the young people get really who are separated from their families. The hardest holidays would be Christmas or
Yes.
Thanksgiving, but that's not accurate. The hardest holiday is Mother's Day.
Mm.
And why is that? That we ask that is because when you're looking to celebrate your families and things like that with the children who you're taking in, you have that question of everybody is celebrating, but where is my mother? So those are the things that we have to be mindful of, and you just have to be patient in your process. You have to know that you're going to cycle through over and over again. Some days you may be depressed, some days you might be angry, some days you might be confused, and you just don't know. But to the question that was posed, your grief is personal. It
Yes.
is no one else's journey but your own. Your
Yeah.
grief is personal.
And I'll tell you that I had kind of learned the hard way because I don't know, I didn't speak with you prior to, but I lost my mother in November, and it was a very very trying situation because that was the biggest blow I've had in all my years,
Mm-hmm.
and I met a lot of these folks that have come into my life through social media because of my lambasting my sister and the way that she had grieved and was going through the process. And it brought us closer together and it took a while. It definitely took a while because, I went off emotion and acted out. But it wasn't until um, I spoke with somebody and they said, we all mourn differently. And it was a family member. And they said, and, that really got me because I was like, well, wow, I went out there and I didn't want to. When you go off of just instinct, and emotion.
Mm-hmm.
That's really raw. And and I learned the hard way. I didn't learn the hard way. I think I just learned a lesson. And
Mm-hmm.
Mother's Day was difficult, and my mother's birthday is actually coming up next Thursday. And so, here we are with all the things that you're speaking of. And I really didn't have a chance to warm up and figure it all out. It seemed like November was just yesterday, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when it came, it was like, wait, okay, so what are we gonna do? How do we do this? Or how do I do this? It wasn't even a matter of what do we do, because everybody's trying to figure, like you said, everybody's trying to figure it out for themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, what are we gonna do? I got Wendy up north, my sister's here, and I'm a working man, so I've got to keep my wheels on the bus and keep it moving. And I know at the same time, the best thing that I could do was look to God and say, okay, there you are. And I can see my mother immediately and say, all right, I got to keep on. I got to keep on keeping on. And that's the best thing that I could do. There are pockets. And I could say, I definitely, and I know a lot of my friends who've lost their parents early on. I felt so blessed. I was able to feel all the blessings, especially, having, moved down here to Florida and be close to them and be able to spend this kind of time with my folks, the time that I had. But then I guess the other thing that was on my side was that still having my dad. So, a lot of times, you might be hit, in different ways, because, I was able to get another bond with my dad. We was fraternity, same fraternity, he's turned into my brother, So it turned into, my go-to, but then I was his go-to and I am his go-to. So it was weird, but I say that because I wanted to. It was like you were speaking right to me with that, the Mother's Day, and that we all mourn differently. I was like, geez, boy, you really got the cliff notes on my life. I felt like
it's okay. It's okay.
The pigeonhole right here.
Yeah, and your mom becomes your angel forever.
Absolutely.
And when you cycle through, and it's just for anybody who's listening,
Yeah.
And that's it's the hardest topic, but as my grandmother always said, death is a part of life.
That's
and
right.
We have to. But the thing with COVID is so much, and you're just overwhelmed with it, and you're seeing the stories of it. And then you have the component of racial trauma that people don't want to talk about. People don't want to talk about what it's like to watch the news, the portrayals of Black people, the injustices against Black people, life being taken away from you. And it's so many conversations that we really need to start having and providing a platform to have these conversations. Because if you're not talking about it here, where are we talking about it? So we as a people need a safe space to have these various dialogues, our own support system to be able to process. It's a collective experience, a shared experience. So I think that's important too. You see it over and over again. How many people do we have to have conversations with about, when the police do come up? How do you approach that? What's the underlying fear that goes with that? What's the underlying anger that goes with that? What are we talking about? And we have to talk about it, because at some point it's like shaking that bottle of pop, and you shake, shake, shake. But at some point, if you don't start to let it out, you will explode. And that's what we don't want to do, because then we're in a crisis situation.
We have someone who shared, I was never prepared for a death to actually separate and destroy families and siblings, because grief is a process. Definitely, it can have a domino effect. How do you feel about that, dear?
I think it's important. Death is one of those things that if you can't prepare for it sometimes. Sometimes we do have those unexpected losses, but it is unfortunate when death happens and we see the separation, because then that's the question as what brought us to this point. And is it something where we need to seek help? It's that generational stuff that nobody really talks about, that carries on from your grandmother's generation, your great grandmother, your grandfather. So sometimes when death occurs, it pulls back the layers of things that at some point we have to deal with it. It's always that statement, you got to just get over it. But people don't just get over things. You have to go through it
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
to move on and allow yourself to go through it. And like we said, everybody has his or her own journey.
Yeah. Yeah. And it takes time.
It takes time.
It
And
takes
be patient with yourself, no
Mhm.
matter what the journey is. And I mean, I just kind of look at some of the other discussions that we've had, or me in different platforms this month, as it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and the different topics that we are addressing. And one of the things is, people don't believe, even in 2021, that mental health exists,
Mhm.
that it is just something that is being faked and, as a manipulative strategy. And it's really unfortunate because it does exist, it is real. 1 in 5 people suffer with a mental illness.
Mm.
So we see the numbers.
Yeah. Were there a lot of a lot? Are there a lot of families being broken up because of this pandemic? I was thinking about just the time spending together, you know,
Hmm.
quarantining and things. Do you see any type of you know,
There have definitely been some challenges, Tommy, within the
challenges?
family
Yeah.
systems. I will tell
Sure.
you that.
Yeah.
And domestic violence has been on the rise during the pandemic, that we know, because now you are in this confined space.
Yeah.
Now that when you look at how families operate, people might go to work and have different schedules. So you're not really spending that much time. So on some instances, COVID helped people in a sense where they had the opportunity to slow down, refocus on their purpose and what it is that he or she wanted to do with life, and just realizing how much time you spend in one place and you really want to be with family. But on the other end, COVID has been an additional stress for people who might have already been on the edge. So we do have some family systems that have been broken because the whole system has been stressed, like job loss, lack of resources. How are we living? How are we providing? All those issues that we have been able to sweep under the rug, we can no longer sweep them under the rug. They are now in our face. And
Mhm.
how are we going to deal with
Mm. Yeah. Well, you seem like really a superhero right about now because, I know that, it's rough and it can get lonely. And I'm really hoping that, people, and my purpose with this platform is to really just make people more cognitive as to what's out there, the resources that are out there. I'm definitely going to do some research myself for various states. I'm actually trying to branch out. I was speaking with a cousin of mine. I'm going to now implant some field correspondence, you
it?
know,
Mm-hmm.
so different major cities and locations, because I know that people definitely need the support. And I want to do my research and get out there and try to spread the word. I'm so happy. Like I said, I just wanted to have a conversation with you. I wanted you to
Mm-hmm.
come on and just, put us at ease. There's a lot of people in the platform. There's a lot of conversation and dialogue. Having lost my mother, and when I was going through it, I had COVID. And I had it pretty bad. I
Mm-hmm.
try to put myself towards good health and everything, and that's always been my shtick. But
So
I
I
was.
will say, Tommy, then to your point, then just as we kind of look at it, to your audience, because
Yes.
people who don't know what to do, and it's like, how can I self-help? So when I think of the word self-help, the word in it is self.
Yes.
Self-help, self-preservation, self-worth. It is about self. So what are some of the things that we could do? And you don't have to go to therapy to practice these things. These are things that you can do every single day. So just a few tips. Be mindful.
Okay.
Be in the moment, because sometimes we are so on the go when we're over here, over there, doing this, doing that, and we're doing so many things for so many other people that
Yes.
sometimes we just have to stop, take a break, reset, and be mindful. And you'll see the different apps that are out there where they ask you to take 30 seconds or 2 minutes just to be mindful in that moment, to just sit and think. How many times are you eating dinner in a rush, eating breakfast while driving? Like, it's okay to take a moment for yourself, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. And we pour so much into other people that there's nothing left for yourself. Get up and show up. Get out the bed, open the blinds, let the sunlight in. Let it, you know how much better when you are depressed, when you actually get up and go outside, it naturally makes you feel better, increase the endorphins. Take a walk, get moving. You don't have to have a playbook for all of this. These are natural things that everybody should do. Drink water, eat healthy, take care of yourself. And one thing I would add, learn the word no. No is a complete sentence, Tommy. No, period. You don't have to add, no, I can't do this because of this. No, I don't think I could go. Ooh, I'll let you know. No, no. Are you going to be able to do this? No, period. Learn to set boundaries for yourself, because when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. And
Yeah.
often when you keep saying yes to something, you're saying a no to something that you need to do for yourself. So you have to set boundaries for yourself.
Yeah. Well, that was great. That's an awesome takeaway. I'll tell you. I like that. No.
Period. No,
Period.
period.
I mean,
No.
that's super. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Ebony Coney, for coming on. This has been really, really fantastic. You really made my day, and you really made my month, because I'm going to be pushing this every day for the rest of the month. And I think that this is something that could permeate for moving on always, and we'll reflect back to this conversation. Also,
Thank
you
you.
are our official psychologist to the show. So,
Okay.
I might push a call out and radio in for you another time. But thank you so much for taking the
Let
time.
me know. And I invite your audience to join us on Friday, May the 14th, as we go green, the ladies of Zeta. Join us as we go green for Mental Health Awareness Month. So when everybody sees you rocking your green, it's for mental health awareness. Join us in the fight as we fight to eradicate the stigma. And we're all doing our part.
Fantastic. And do you want to give any information, social media or anything like that? Because, lots of people will be watching this or anything. I mean, I don't know if you want to push anything out. Do you want to?
Let me think about it. Goodness, because, they might start fighting me like, wait, I need Dr. Coney, the psychologist, and I have to help the children. But they can find me at they call me _ Dr. Hollywood on Instagram.
Fantastic.
That's where you can find me. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful night. Thank you again.
All right. Be blessed.
Okay. You as well. Bye-bye now. I got you. Fantastic. I'll tell you, what a treat, huh? That was Dr. Ebony Coney, everybody. And let me see here. Give me one moment. All right, here we are. So, everybody, I really hope you enjoyed our guest this evening. I was really looking forward to it all day, having this discussion. What a ride, because as I was speaking with her, I felt like, geez, this is a golden opportunity, Tommy, to get into it, because I could really use some support. And I know that there's so many people out here that I've talked to about you all and, what you're dealing with and going through. So I'm glad that you all put some things in the chat. I did want to pull away and get some more questions asked by you all. A lot of them were statements that you had made and things, and I was watching, and I was very much encouraging you all to go ahead and share. I did see, and we can have, further conversations within our chat about different things, but, it was just nice. It was refreshing to have a woman of color get on and help. I love to see Wonder Women out there. I love to see Wonder Women out there because, my mom was a Wonder Woman. And Wendy's a Wonder Woman, and my wife is a Wonder Woman, and so many, and my sister Wanda, so many good people, so many people here. You all are wonderful women, and I applaud you all. I applaud Dr. Ebony Coney for coming on and taking the challenge of meeting with some strangers and having a conversation. Shucks, up till the other night, I was a stranger too to Dr. Coney. I didn't even know whether to say Coney or something different or pronounce it differently. But you know what? When she showed up and she started speaking in a very professional way, and commanded the her high regard of her profession or to her profession, immediately I felt a sense of comfort, and I felt like she belonged here, and she is truly going to be a friend to the show. I can guarantee that, because I deal, and I think this channel, we deal with energy, and I could tell she's very strong and committed to what she does. Isn't that great? Here's to you. Hope everybody's having a wonderful evening. I got a chance to take a dip, get my mental health on. Now you all see why I take so much time to swim and exercise all day, doggone day, because I feel as though I know what I need. I've known what I need since I was a kid. My parents had always told me, just take time out, do your thing, Tommy. Just don't overexert yourself, but definitely push back. Do what you need to do. I'm going to go in the chat real quick. Excuse me. Trying to get the lighting right. I'm so glad I don't have that. Well, I do miss the hula lady, the lady over my head and stuff. You see, I have the green screen up. Hopefully there'll be some different images and things going on. I did have the brick I said earlier up. That's one of the backgrounds that I could have pulled up. But then it's a green screen, so I put on my green shirt to commemorate the National Mental Health Awareness Month. And I lost my face and body because it got lost in the green screen. Stacey Ames, how you doing? Apple Crescent, love to have you here. Thank you so much for coming on back and handling business. So many of you all have been taking care of moderation, doing all that stuff there, and I definitely appreciate you. The vibe's been fantastic. I think I was saying something. I was going someplace when I was talking about the vibe. Oh, yeah, we know about vibes here. And Dr. Coney definitely had a good vibe, right? That's what I wanted to say. See, I circled back, everybody. I'm not that forgetful. Donna Butler, how you doing? CDB, how you doing? All right, I see you talking about some Langston University, HBCU, and Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Big shout out to the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta. All right. So nice to have that energy. Jenny Bermudez. Hey, and you were actually the first one on board. I was telling you earlier that I had left because I had to change the shirt, and that's what happened. I like this, how we do this, because it's, I was speaking with the fellows last night, Maurice and Danny, and we actually have a direction of the channel and things, and it's very exciting. Everything happens slowly but surely around here, but it will happen. Patient. If you haven't noticed, I'm very patient. I believe in myself. I'm committed to what we're doing right here, and I'm not going to go anywhere. We might hit some different blips and blunders and stuff like that, but you know what? I rest assured. Until I say it's over, it ain't over. So where was I going with that? I don't know. Who knows? Only the nose knows. I have a nice, very delicious sub waiting on the sideline, but I did have, it was cut in fourths, and I had 1 and a piece. So I had about 2/5 of a sub. How's that? How's that 2/5? Anyway. Harden 54, how you doing? I'm gonna go back to the bottom of the chat in a second. I'm also gonna shoot a call out to the fellas. to see if anybody wants to hop on board and further conversation. I didn't have all the time I expected to make some calls and usher some people in for, a little deliberation after my interview. No, an interview, conversation. Let Tommy rep your states. T-shirt size large. Thank you, T-Mac. Yeah, folks, get those T-shirts in. Size large. It's getting warm out here. It's getting hot. I could use some T-shirts. And I definitely want to rep your state. You all are the best. I want to be able to let you know, and I want to shout it out. Your state on my back. Thanks, T-Mac. Let me get back to the bottom of the chat. Hey, Marissa, how you doing? Kyra, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Marissa. Appreciate it. Yeah, meaningful. I like having some good, meaningful stuff to talk about. Oh, happy birthday, Apple Crescent's daughter. Fantastic. Very special young lady right there. Happy birthday to you. Mm-hmm. Boogie. Nah, Boogie, no, he's outside. He needed Boogie, you're outside doing who knows what. Enjoying the fresh air, I guess. Yeah. I am going to reach out to my cousin Maurice. Can you come turn that light on there? And D-Rock, Danny Rock Model. Let's see if I can reach those guys. Just bear with me for 1 second, everybody. I'm going to continue this whole production, but I just wanted to, I told the folks that these guys that I would give them a call. I know that they were interested in coming on and sharing some things. For those of you who didn't get a chance to meet my cousin Maurice, you ever have family that you that you didn't really know, but now you know. I mean, this guy is like, oh man, we're gonna be sewn at the hip. I'm telling you, I'm so glad, and what a great time to have him in my life. Friggin', he's not answering the phone. Shoot him a text. Hey, buddy, I just finished a conversation with the psychologist on the platform. Give me a call or look for a link. I'm going to send you the link to join me. I love it here, just can enjoy. Maurice is hilarious. Had a great time the last time he was on. Yeah. He's good. Hey, Shalom. How you doing, D? I just wrapped up the discussion with the psychologist, my guest. It was good, man. Yeah, it was good. So I have everybody here, and like to invite you on if you're not too busy. Talk about things. Yeah, finish up, man. No problem. You want me to send you the link? All right, I'll go to the Yahoo. You got it, pal. All right, buddy. Yeah, all the time. All right, so let me go ahead and send that guy something. Danny's gonna come on, folks, and join us. Oh boy. I think Mike would be good too. Why is it taking so long? There we are. Oh no. Sex. And okay, thank you for your patience, everybody. Just getting some invitations out for people to come on board. Uh-oh. Let me see here. Mark somehow on your live chat. I can't. So I got to figure out how in the world. Uh, T Mac or Apple Crescent. I just got a text. One of our cats is having a difficult time getting through the chat. I can't do it. I got to figure out what's happening. I don't know what to do, but I'll figure it out. But I'd like to have a discussion with you. T Mac or Apple Crescent. I'm going to try to shoot you a text or something. Figure this out. Hold on a second. Dag nabbit. You know, I believe in leave no soldier behind. Let me try to find out what's the story here. Tommy Cat here. Hey, what's happening? So what's going on? You tried to get in? Hello? Yeah. So what happened? You tried to get in? You weren't able to get in? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So did you see your name on here? So say something. Do me say try to put something in there now. So what happened? But you said it was in gray before. Yes? Oh, come on. Yeah. Well, because I'm scrolling up the chat, I just wanted to see because I wanted to make sure that everybody is in here. You get in and it's not an issue and stuff. We talked about that. Wasn't she great? Yeah. No, like I said, this is the evening time. Wait, was that last night? I said I was gonna. I don't think I got on last night because I ended up meeting with a couple of the guys and having a Zoom meeting. So so this evening I'll put aside some time and try to figure this thing out. Oh yeah. Oh well, I don't know. Yeah, I remember there was a wave of people saying that their stuff was taken away or erased and stuff, and some sort of phantom something. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, yeah, and like I said, I'm gonna try to. I don't know what I can do on my end, but we're gonna figure something out. I feel pretty up and ready for the test. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, when's the last time you tried to put a chat in the chat box? No, yeah, try it. Why don't you try something right now while I'm looking at it? And and then when you do it, if there's any type of button on the side that I can hit, check it out. I'll empower you. All right. Yeah. So go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna keep an eye at the bottom of the chat. And if I see anything, then I'll yeah. Then I'll investigate it after I get off and conclude the broadcast message and try to go inside and see what I can do. Okay. All right. Okay. Not a problem. You take care. Yeah, hey, I got you. All right. Bye bye. Yeah, well, what you got to do? Yeah, hit the like button. That's what you do. Hit the like button. When in doubt, hit the button. Yeah, everybody, this is great, huh? So I hope everybody had a good day. Come on, let's talk about some stuff, y'all. I want to tell you. So my cousin Maurice, he's like in creative side. He does stuff. He's familiar with productions. For those people who were here the other night, you heard him talking about these different things that he was involved with, and he really was. And he has a wealth of knowledge about like productions and different things. So he's going to look at he's going to create some content and stuff, and he's good, and he actually follows some things and different maybe some shows and stuff, and he can kind of spark the conversations as well. And I'm going to start getting in the know too, so that I can be savvy with some conversations. I can't say that I don't like um, um, shows and things. I mean, I tend to watch movies a lot. I do watch the news. I just never really was one to speak about content. I was always one to speak about vibes. But I think it's necessary to kind of have a well-rounded show and place here um, for us to do that. What do we have here? Thank you for bringing Dr. Coney on your channel. You got it, Barb. You got it. Absolutely. Oh, Apple Crescent. Okay. At T-Mac. I'll be back. You're still on. Okay. Yeah, Danny was just grabbing a little bite to eat. He'll be on in a little bit. Yeah, I did mean when I said, like next week is next Thursday is my mother's birthday, and we're all getting together and have a good time. So I'm really looking forward to it. I really am, because it's bringing together some normalcy. Normally we would get together and celebrate. So it is a celebratory day. Always has been, as far back as I can remember. And yeah, my dad said he's gonna be frying fish. That guy just won't stop. He's just on the move all the time doing stuff. He never ceases to amaze me. I said, well, what can I bring, Dad? He said, just bring a case of water. I said, wow, just a case of water? I wouldn't mind making some conch, but conch seems like it's scarce around these parts right now. It's scarce right now.
I'm going to do a side dish.
And Nita said that she's going to do something, so we'll be bringing something over there. Gina, how are you? Happy. It's not hump day. Yes. Isn't that crazy? Normally I would be showering down. I'd be dropping hump day bombs on you all the whole time. Hump day. But you know what? It doesn't seem like, seems like Thursday. I guess that's where we just about are, huh? It's been a good day. Good day. Really looking forward to this all day long. Fantastic, Gina. Good to know that you're doing well. Let me see. Good night, Tommy. Watching and listening from Belize. Oh, boy. Belize time, 7:37. Wow. Isn't that great? Beautiful. Judith Perez. Yeah, gotta like those faraway places. So I heard the weather is starting to really peak in certain areas. It's starting to really creep up. I think it was in the 60s, high 60s up there in the Northeast, right, today? Was that the case? Who's up that way? Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Philly, Carolinas. How's the Carolinas doing? What's the weather like out there, folks? It got a little hot down here today. It actually hit 94 in the car. It said 94 degrees. I had to run for shelter into the water on that one. Yeah, the podcast. I should have had my. I wanted to line up my my other cousin, Renzi Herman Macklin, and bring him on. I talked to you all about him before, and I will be bringing him on. I think that tomorrow I have a show. Tomorrow actually is tax time. I think for those. Did you all file your taxes already? Everybody file their taxes? Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, you gotta get it in. Gotta get it in. Wait till the last minute, and gotta file those taxes tomorrow. So, gotta gather up all the stuff and go see the people. Yep. So, I was gonna say tomorrow would be a good time for me to bring my cousin on, but. You know how that tax stuff goes. Sometimes that could drag on for a couple hours. At any rate, I already got my taxes back. Oh, wow. Aren't you an overachiever, Barb? I know probably most people got their taxes back, and here I am sitting. Yeah, so we'll get it in. We'll get it done. Very good. Yeah. So we got some good takeaways this evening. I like the most importantly, I like the saying no. I kind of joked about it, but I think it's very important. If you can't do something, if you feel a little overwhelmed, overworked, or just overcommitted, there's nothing wrong with just saying no, period, right? As the doctor said, no, period. I like that. I think that's necessary. I also got a nice takeaway from the doctor. Now, this is just me personally, of just taking a moment. And I know I take a moment to exercise and do stuff all the time. All the time I'm staying busy, but just to sit, just to sit, I think it's important throughout the day. Just finding a moment just to slow it down, stop the clock, right? Yeah, those are my takeaways. I hope you got some good takeaways as well. That was like a good situation. Oh, is that why you're on the cutting edge? Your dad is your CPA. I see. Well, kudos to you. Good stuff, Barb. How you doing, Margie? Good evening. Margie, I'll tell you, this is definitely a show that you want to roll back the tape on. So, we had a wonderful, wonderful guest by the name of Dr. Coney, Dr. Ebony Coney, and she was superb. I was just talking about the takeaways that I got from her, our conversation, but she really gave a wealth of information and really told us what was going on in the mental health capacity of the planet. And not only that, but she also enlightened us that it's National Health Awareness, Mental Health Awareness Month. And she also had encouraged us to join, she and the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta, as they celebrate the month. I believe that was on the 14th. No. Hey, no. Come here. You settle down and stop chewing up stuff, man. He's eating a fabric softener sheet. Hey, man. There he is. There he is. Haven't seen that guy in a while, right? Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? Hey, good looking. Hey, good looking, and I'm loving it. Zibbity boo. Zap zibbity zibbity doo. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. 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 May 14th. Yes, May 14th. I thought that. Yep. Thank you, Apple Crescent. Superb. I'll tell you, you know how to swoop in, folks. You're swoopers. Yeah, swoopers. Yep. So, yeah, here's Boogie. Boogie's on the scene. Boogie is on the scene. Last night, Boogie and I, we took a nice little nap, didn't we, buddy? We took a nice little nap last night. Yeah, he's tearing up the place. He definitely needs some toys. This guy he is just tons of fun. All right, buddy. Down you go. Hi. Yeah. There we have it. May 14th, Mental Health Awareness Month. Yes. So we'll find out how to join up with them on the cause on that particular day. You said a mouthful. Just saying no. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Let me radio in. I think I Oh, I see. Wait. Can you send? I thought I did send Danny the link. I did. Let me try it again.
What are you doing?
Hey, pal.
How you doing?
Hey, you want to come up and then do some talking? I just finished with the mental health specialist. We were talking about grieving and all kinds of stuff. And I got the folks out here. We're on the platform.
Oh, nice. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just getting the kids to bed. Can you give me like about 15 minutes? Is that all right?
Yeah. What's the email?
It's automotive.
Okay, I'll just start typing that in. It should pop up. I was just thinking, what did it start with? Okay, I'll send a link over to you.
Automotive artist #1 at Gmail.
Okay.
All right. So give me about 15 or 20 minutes. I got to get Miles taken care of with this whole thing and the kids to bed.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That'll be a good one to share with the people, too.
All right, boy. Yeah, we have to get them reopened up again today.
Oh, geez. Okay, man. Let me get back on it. We'll see you when you come on.
Okay. Love you.
All right, Mike. Love you too, man. Bye. All right. So Danny's on the way. Saxman Dan, he's on his way. And then I spoke with Michael. And Michael said he's going to try to make it on in. So we're going to get ready to expand the conversation. I don't want to, I don't want to get off, I want to stay on. I just want to eat another little piece of that sub if I can, though. I do know that. The brother man is definitely hungry. Good gosh, I could eat this. I could eat this green screen like a piece of lettuce. It looks like a piece of lettuce to me, actually. I'm about to go ahead and take a bite. And Boogie, don't you come too close because I'm into dog legs too. I'll go ahead and put some salt and pepper on that leg. That'll be a good appetizer. Take time takes time for Mozilla Firefox to load. Oh, okay. All right. So you got the link, Danny? Danny's up on here. Oh, I didn't see him. Oh, he were up on the chat early, man. I didn't see that. Heck, Danny, you just slid in like a ninja. That fella's a ninja turtle. Ninja turtle, brother. Let's see what I got here. Hopefully you got it. I should see it pop up in here in a minute. Maybe she's like, I had my buddy Perry's number before, but then I lost my phone, lost so many contacts. It's like I got to go meeting people all over again. I have no more friends. Yeah. I wonder how Danny's making out. I'm gonna give him a call. Danny, how you making out? I could send you. Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, Apple Crescent. That'd be super. Yeah. Oh yeah, Barb. I have friends. I have friends. I have friends. I have friends. Oh, Boogie came back. I know you're my friend, buddy. I won't eat your leg. I won't eat your leg, buddy. I'll just nibble at your tail. It's slow. Okay.
At the tone, please record your message.
All right. It takes time to do these things sometimes in life. No worries. No worries. I'm gonna see. It's only 9:53. I'm gonna check on my cousin. Thought I had his number in here. Jeez. I don't have too many numbers in here. It's not like it's gonna get lost. I only have like 8 numbers. Isn't that something? Isn't that amazing? I mean, now you thought I was playing. I really don't. I really don't have anybody's number. Hey, Nita. Yeah. Do you have Renzi's number? My cousin Renzi? You have it? Yeah. Oh, can you text it to me, please? I want to give him a call. Yeah, well, at least I'll have another number. That's exciting. You got to be excited about the small stuff now. It's like, geez. And of course, they have nobody's number in this thing. It's like nothing going on. It's nice, though. It's nice to have a quiet phone. I remember I was talking to you about that when I didn't have the phone. I said, thanks, Barb. I said, geez, it's different, but I can get used to this, just riding along and sitting tight. By the way, I was going to reach out to you all. Oh man, there was something I wanted to do. I was gonna come back and see you this afternoon. I don't think I did a live this afternoon. I don't think. I had intentions on doing a live this afternoon, but I think I got caught up. Oh man, I really did enjoy seeing you all so many times yesterday, and it's like we're back on track, right? It feels good. It feels really good. Yeah. Ay vey. Yeah. Well, Danny's working tooth and nail trying to get in. And I don't know. Maybe I can create another live, I can, get out of this shirt and put some relaxing stuff on for nighttime wear. Get my nighttime wear on. And eat a little something. I can send you Perry's. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, have sent you Perry's number. Oh, you did? How'd you send it? Or maybe email. Hey, Apple Crescent. There she is. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. Yeah. Look at that. What's that? Whose number is that? What kind of number is that? Oh, that's right, because you have those codes and stuff being in the land down under. What kind of number is that, Apple Crescent? Hey. Maybe that's it. Hey, Danny's here. Ding dong. I thought I heard the door. Thought I heard the doorbell. Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we got Danny Rockmello. It's known as D-Rock coming in the screen, and he's coming in fighting everybody. Big round of applause for Danny Rock.
Yeah.
Big round of applause for Danny Rock.
What happened to you? Oh,
hey,
there we go.
What's up? What's up?
Now, I was fighting the computer. I was fighting, and I was jabbing at it, and I gave it a left hook, and finally, I just got so frustrated. I kicked the computer, and then it started back up, and everything started working fine. Make a long story short, you got to sometimes just kick the computer.
That's
and it
right.
makes it work really well. I highly recommend it. So anyway, Tommy, thanks for having me on your wonderful show.
Thank you, man.
We're going to talk about some things tonight. We're definitely going to talk about some topics tonight that are exciting.
We had kicked it off with mental health, man. You know, and it's mental. It's the mental health awareness month.
Okay, being that it's Mental Awareness Health Month, I need a little mental help because a close friend passed away, and I need to feel a certain. I feel like I want people to know my friend. I don't know why I have this urge. Like I want everybody to know who this planet just lost. You know, and I feel sad because I don't think a lot of people knew him, and it saddens me, and it would make me happy if people knew this tremendous person that I lost. Mm-hmm. Is that abnormal or what?
No,
it's not like every day I have people dying in front of me.
Yeah.
So this person, his name was John, right? John McGough. He was a very funny guy, and he worked for me for about 28 years, but I knew him for about 30 years. And thank you, Barbara. He knew how to fix everything. I don't really know of too many things he couldn't fix. I mean, if he couldn't fix it, then it wasn't broke. I mean, he fixed computers. He fixed software. He was able to go web design. He was Microsoft certified. He taught me how to change my brakes on my car. He taught me how to chop the retaining bricks around my house, like to get it straight. He taught me how to put a fence up around my hot tub. I didn't know anything about being handy. My father never taught me. He's the one who taught me. He was like my older brother mixed up with a father inside of him. And he also said the same thing about me, that he felt like I was his brother. And from what I learned, there's nothing that he didn't know. He knew about all the computer software. When I first started doing what I do, if anybody doesn't know what I do, I'm a DJ in a one-man band, really. I mean, I do a lot more, but that's what I did for decades. And I was light years ahead of people because of John. Because John showed me how to work the keyboard equipment. He showed me how to work the MIDI equipment. He gave me songs that were MIDI songs. This all comes from him. It didn't come from me. I'm just the student, but I put it to use because of him. And he got me going light years ahead of everybody. There was really not that many one-man bands. And then finally the internet came out, YouTube came out, a lot of people started downloading karaoke songs, and then I was no longer 10 years ahead of everyone. But it lasted for a good 10 years and beyond. So John was unbelievable. He was an amazing guy. He was the only guy that I trusted hooking up the equipment. No one knew how to hook up a PA equipment, a piece of PA. He could hook anything up. He could hook amps up. He could hook speakers up. He could hook equalizers up. He could hook the computer up to the mixer to the amp to the speaker. It's like there's nothing that he didn't know. He was the only one that knew it. Nobody else knew it. Everybody else would look at it and have no clue how to do it, but he knew how to do it. It was unbelievable. So it's a tremendous loss. I mean, he worked till almost to the very end. The last couple of years, he was a little bit off. I wasn't having him as much, but he was still the backbone, very much behind the scenes, fixing websites, taking care of email, everything. He was always there from day one till his last day. It was unbelievable. And then I saw him in the hospital. He got cancer. The cancer spread so quick. It happened like in 3 weeks. He found out he had cancer. And then he found out, first it was just a tumor, and then he found out that it spread all over his body. So it happened very, very quick. And then he passed away in his sleep a couple nights ago. So it's like, who am I going to call now? It's like I called him every day. I called him for legal matters. Called him if I had a fight with someone, I would call him. If I had a fight with my family, I'd call him. If I had a computer problem, I'd call him. If I didn't know how to do something, if I couldn't fix something, I called him. If I couldn't solder something, I'd call him. If my microphone didn't work, I'd call him. Now who am I going to call? There's nobody to call. I'm laughing, but I'm laughing at myself because I gotta take John's role now. You know, I gotta be John and teach other people. And thank God I learned so many things from John. Now I could teach other people, and there's still so many things I don't know. He probably knew a million more things that I didn't know. That was John. Yeah. And he was funny. And I got a recording of him. He used to like that show. Did you ever watch that show, Seinfeld?
Yeah, all the time.
That was his show. I never watched Seinfeld. That was like the 90s show.
Yeah.
He watched it, and he did a little skit of it. And I recorded him a long time ago. So I have his voice if you guys want to just have it. I promise when you hear it, the people in your audience are going to laugh. They're going to laugh real hard. Should I play it?
Play it.
I'm going to play it on. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to search for that.
Okay.
So that's going to take me a little bit.
Yeah, I saw the collage of pictures that you were referring to, man. You were speaking of the other day. It was beautiful, man. He was right there.
Yeah, I mean, he was right there. 28 years of music, 30-something plus years of friendship. He was there. I mean, you could see he was there from when he was young, and he was there when he was old. But he was there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of you people out there have ever met a friend, have been blessed with a friend like that for that amount of time. Some of you may have had friends maybe for 50 years, who knows, but I think it's rare. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I think it's a rarity. Loss of a loved one is always different, but God is always there. Yes, He is. I believe in God big time. That's for sure. So here's something. Can I play videos on this or no? Probably not. So I'll play the voice.
Okay.
Here's John's voice. I'm waiting for this video to come up. Oh, QuickTime Player doesn't play. Oh. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can do a preview of it. The preview will play. Okay. I got the new operating system. You know, for Mac,
Oh yeah.
It always worked. The new operating system. Here it goes. Okay. He passed away May 9, 2021. And John was a genius. He helped other people, and he made a lot of people laugh. He was taken by cancer. Here's his voice. Can you hear that?
Press 2 to choose another show. You have chosen 2. Please state the name of the movie you'd like to see.
Wait, turn it down. Something sounds distorted.
Please press 2 to choose another show. You have chosen 2. Please state the name of the movie you'd like to see. We're sorry, we have not understood your response. Please say the name of the movie you would like to see. We're sorry. We will hang up now. Please press 1 to repeat. Please press 2 to choose another show. You have chosen 2. Please state the name of the movie you'd like to see. We're sorry, we have not understood your response. Please say the name of the movie you would like to see. We're sorry. We will hang up now.
Did you ever see that skit? I haven't, but it's very funny.
Yeah.
You know, I used to play that with a little kid in my family, and she would think she was she thought she was calling the movie house. You know, and we put her on with that.
Yeah, yeah.
And she would push the number 2, and then John would say, "I'm sorry, we don't have that movie." You know, it was fun.
Oh man. Yeah, man. It's not easy, Dan. But you know, he's right here with you, buddy. You know, and you've turned into that my go-to for technology now. So I mean, you know, it's
Wow.
Yeah.
But I got a ton to learn.
Yeah.
That was the master right there. But okay. But you give me inspiration to learn more.
Sure. Sure, man. So yeah, well, mental health, right? And passing and grieving and all that stuff. Mourning is heavy duty, man. And we had a good guest on. She gave us a lot of information, talked about a lot of stuff. She was great. She'll be a friend to the show now, so she'll be back.
Good.
Yeah, she'll be back.
Got
the green screen up, man. I was trying to figure out how to put something on here. I was able to put a brick background, but you know, I know there's more to it. Then I put a green shirt on, and so I lost the brick when I did that.
That green looks great. I like that green screen. It looks nice. It just looks like you can do probably a lot more with it, probably.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'm looking forward to.
I know you're going to do a tremendous amount with it, not just playing. You want to do effects with it like that, right?
Yeah. See, I disappear, so I got to figure out. And you know, like Maurice was saying last night, it's about the lighting. You know, get that lighting.
It's about the lighting. Yeah.
And I need to find the cord for my I need to find the cord for my my light. I don't know what happened. Somewhere. Let's get another cord. Then I can be back on.
You know what? I want to go get a drink of soda.
Yeah, go ahead.
I will be there in, I don't know, 15 seconds.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. We're right here. You know, I think this is the cord, but it's smashed. It is. I think Boogie's been eating this cord. That's what happened. Dirty dog face.
Barbara's best friend passed away 4 months ago. It's difficult.
I think this
Was she a good friend? What, Barbara, was she like a really? Yeah, she was, obviously. I'm reading her best friend. Okay. So that was your best friend. Did she help you a lot? How long did you know her for? See, John, he liked helping people. That was the trait about him. He liked to help people, and he was loyal. So even though, you know, there were some people in my group that were very talented, but they were not loyal like John. So I used the scale. Who do I want? Some talented people or loyal people? And John was the loyal person. He had the most weight. This was John.
Everybody,
right?
I'm still here.
That's John. He had more weight
Blue pants.
than the most talented person. I picked the loyal people. That's who I like. I don't know.
I didn't realize that this was my
trait.
This is the chord I was looking for. Boogie's been tearing stuff up, man.
Hey, am I even on? Am I on this thing? I don't know if I could be heard or not. Let me go to the YouTube channel. I just want to make sure that people are hearing me. It says I'm in the show, but I just want to see. You got to see it to believe it, you know. Switch my account to, let's go with Danny Rock Melowitz. That's a good one. Yeah, let's go with that one. I like that name. Okay, Tommy Williams. Let's see if I'm on. I'm going in the room right now. Yes, I'm on. Good. Perfect. In the room. Perfect. Now I could read some chats if when necessary. So I was asking Barbara a question about your friend. Can you tell me a little bit about your friend, Barbara? I'm interested in knowing. Do you have a pic of John? Oh, yes, I have a pic of John. Oh, I have 30 years worth of pictures of John. I wish I could show you the collage I have on the computer. Maybe I can go to my Facebook on the phone and then just put the phone up like that. That's a good idea. We could do that. Okay, hold on a second. Let's get some pics. Let's get the Facebook. The little Facebook collage I made, and you will see. Oh, here it is. It's up already. Yes, and now it disappeared. Let's go. Come on. Backspace. Nope. Here. Okay, so the first time I met John was when I needed one of these machines. It was a hard to get machine, and he had it because he was like that tech savvy guy, and I met him through a wanted magazine, like a sell magazine. They would sell equipment in this magazine. I don't remember what the name of it was, but they sold like electronics in it privately. And I became friends with him in a second. As soon as I met him, I ate over his house that day. His wife asked me to come over to eat dinner with him. I was friends with him instantly. He just kept talking. And I was like, yeah, this guy is smart. He knows a lot of things that I just kept listening and learning. So let's do these pictures. I'm trying to blow it up. So this is not that clear, but okay. You see the guy in the middle? That's like in our early days. And that's real blurry. But you see the setup we had, and he was DJing next to that disco ball. I'm on the right. Let me get a more clear picture. I got more clear pictures. Here's a nice clear one of him. Here he is. Can you see this? Everything seemed blurry on this camera. That's him DJing. That was probably in the mid 2000s, 2004, 5. Let me find another one. Here's a nice one of him. This represents him. Here you go. Can you see that? So I don't know what you guys are commenting. That's a nice picture, John. Let me see. Here is, I'll show you how far we go back. We go back so far that people didn't even use laptops. They were using screens. They were using, remember those big gigantic monitors? Well, here's one of them. That's how far back this is. We were using those big old school monitors. I did have a laptop. The first laptops were real expensive. I had a couple of those in the beginning as well. Here's him again. Now the rest are going to be too blurry for you to see. Here's one. I'll just show you one more. Here's John smiling. Can you see that? That is something that we did, kind of like a Monmouth County party. He used to set up the fireworks every year. We did parties for 5,000 families locally in Ocean Township, and he set the equipment up. What else did we do? We went a lot of places together. He used to navigate from going to Manhattan to Brooklyn and back, because we were staying at a friend's in Manhattan, and he knew the bus. He knew the subway to get to Manhattan. See, we left the van in Brooklyn, but we didn't want to leave because we had a nice parking spot. We didn't want to go back to the city and then try to find parking or go pay whatever the parking fee was. So we left it in Brooklyn, and then he knew how to take the bus. The bus back and forth from Manhattan to Brooklyn. That was our commute, and he was just a genius. I couldn't figure that stuff out. So that was cool. I don't know what happened to Tommy. So let me read some comments, some of your comments. Here he is. Here's the man.
Yeah, I was dealing with that cord. I was trying to get it to work. But Boogie, he got it. He got to it, man. I can't work my ring anymore.
So John, he had a bout with doing. He had a drug problem. Not when I knew him. He had been recovered for 30 years plus. So he used to have a drug problem, and anybody and everyone, especially me, was proud to know him because he just quit everything. He just, to do something like that is unbelievable. That's an unbelievable feat, to give up drugs, because he used every drug in the book, and he just went clean for 30 years plus. I never had any problem, thank God. But like I was just I loved him every minute from the beginning to the end, and I didn't see him as a problem. He was all cleaned up by the time I met him. So anyway, some people probably have bias against people that have done drugs in their past. But John was like the poster child. He was like the poster child of a successful, rehabilitated person. Hope I'm saying that right. Let me read some of these comments. Nothing right now. Thanks for the pics, Dan. Okay. So I like this new soda that I'm drinking. I don't know if you ever tried this soda, Tom. It's called Polar. Did you ever try this?
No. It's clear? Oh, no, I see it.
They got different flavors. I get all the different fruity flavors. Orange and cherry, strawberry. I like it. It's no calorie. I don't do calories. Mm-hmm. Do you do caloric soda? I mean, I do mostly water, but if I'm on YouTube, I'll drink something fun.
Yeah. No, I have my grape juice. Well, just going for grape.
Okay, all right.
That's like, my treat at the end of the day after pelting bottles and bottles of water in.
That's full of vitamins, right?
Man, vitamins. I would say it has different vitamins and stuff, but it's tasty. Like
maybe people should drink grape juice if they have corona.
Hey,
get that vitamin C.
Yeah.
Or if they have a cold or something and they want to kick it, drink that grape juice. Mm-hmm. And orange juice, especially orange juice.
Absolutely.
So how's that jet skiing doing?
The jet ski's going great, man. I'm actually gonna try to get back out there this weekend. I didn't do much last weekend. Actually, I did. I went out. No, I didn't. I don't think I went out last weekend. I'm gonna get out there this weekend, though, man. Be nice to get back out there. Looking forward to you coming down, visiting.
Likewise, I got to convince somebody to come. I want to come. I know where I want to go, Tommy, and I know where I want to stay. I mean, it's waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's waiting for me to come. Every reason to come. There's like no reason to turn it down. So I like the subject you were discussing the other night about leaving the toilet seat up or leaving it down. People feel different ways. Now I want to know why the girls think that the toilet seat should be left down. This is a very important topic, and we really need to clear the air on that. Why do you think the toilet seat should be left down? Is there a reason, a proper reason for that? Now, I myself, I do leave the toilet seat down just to show respect, but I don't really know the reason. The reason leaving it down, is it valid? I don't know. I just don't like to put up a fight, I guess. But is it really a good idea to leave the toilet seat down? I mean, let me give you an example. What if a man leaves the toilet seat down and he's taking care of his business and he gets something on the seat? What are you girls going to do when that happens? Are you going to kind of wish that man put the seat up? What do you ladies think? This is an important topic. We got to clear the air on this. I feel this is important, Tommy. Toilet seat should be left down for hygiene. Okay. Okay. So what should the man do when he enters the restroom? Should the man go take care of his business with the seat down, or should he lift it up and then take the seat and place it back down, Apple Crescent? I really need to know this. I want to get this thing settled once and for all. Now, Tommy, did you ever leave the seat up?
Well,
Tell the truth. It looks unfriendly when it's up.
Yeah, Nita. It's not the seat. It's not the seat that I leave up. It's the lid. The lid. I leave the lid up. Nita wants me to leave the lid down.
Okay.
Now that's the lid.
Okay.
So you can't see anything. You can't see the water in there. Wants me to shut it. And now that's a whole nother situation.
Oh, that's like, yeah, that's on a whole nother level.
That's a whole nother level.
That's a different level of hygiene.
What's in there? That's like what's in there that you want to cover?
It's in there that you're trying to hide. It's in there.
So now that I don't think that's a dispute right there. I think that's case by case. We all might be able to agree that thing needs to be shut sometimes. But
Well, what if that toilet's not doing its job? Should you cover the lid, or should you leave it open and wait for that water to fill up so you could reflush it? But some people don't have the time to do that. That's the problem. And then that toilet might look unsightly. So I don't know. What do you ladies think? If you have an ensuite in bedroom, a toilet seat spreads germs around. Yes, it does. You can get all kinds of bacteria on toothbrushes from toilets. However, if the toilet's being used and the toilet's open in order to be used, what's going on with the toothbrushes? You see what I'm saying? But yeah, just call a plumber. See, I could be making money off this show selling plungers with Tommy's name, like Teen Williams on the plunger. We could be making all kinds of money on this channel.
good vibes.
But we just want to help. We just want to help people flush it down. We're not interested. We're not interested in profits. We just want people to to be able to have a hygienic restroom from the bottom of our hearts. But we want to settle all problems. We want to get the air cleared. We don't want any fussing about toilet seats. But sometimes we just got to know what's right and what's wrong. And some people are confused on the matter. Danny, you are correct. Put it up when you go and put it back down when you're leaving out. Yes. See, because some men, they get scared. They don't want to touch the toilet seat because people have been sitting on that seat and you don't know what's on that seat. So some men, they don't want to get involved with the germs and they leave the men. Not me personally. Don't think that I think like that. But I know there's other men, they probably leave the seat down because they do not want to touch the seat. And then that leads to lack of hygiene. So I don't know.
I put it up and put it down. Sometimes I put it up and put it down with my foot. But I'm not gonna touch it. So I just have to, do the up and down motion with my foot.
When I go to the restaurant and they have a toilet in there in the bathroom, I don't touch that toilet. I lift it up with my shoe. I will not touch it. God knows what was on that toilet. You know what I'm saying? This is a real important subject.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Hygiene right now is at its peak. We got to make sure we make the executive decisions.
Yes, that's why we got to make executive decisions and have people to join the administration to help us with these decisions. And someone made a comment that we should wash our hands. Oh, is that Michael Edwards? No. Okay, Apple Crescent made that comment, but she's saying hello to Michael Edwards. I guess he's in here. That's cool. That's cool. Hello, Michael Edwards.
Mikey.
Mm-hmm. Hey, L'chaim.
Yeah, look, I am.
Mm-hmm. Let's read some of these comments here. Brother Michael Edwards is in the room. Michael Edwards. Saxman Michael. Oh, is that who you were talking to before? You talked to him before?
What, earlier tonight on the phone?
Yeah. Oh, nice. Me, myself, I try not to go public in the bathrooms. That's totally different. Go to public bathrooms. Okay. Okay, more power to you. Good luck holding that in. You know, there's a famous rabbi. I'm not trying to get religious on you, but he said never to hold it in. He was Maimonides. There's many hospitals that are named after him. He taught all kinds of like medical things, things that anybody could use, religious, non-religious. He said things like sleep on your left side. He said when you sleep on your left side, and let's say your stomach is full, it's better. It's more healthier, and you're going to be able to digest better when you're on your left side. And then medical people have proven that to be correct, So he said all kinds of things, but he said, what was the first thing? Okay, never mind. So let's move on. Tommy Williams, Michael wants the link. All right. He needs the link. Send him that link.
I sent it. Let me see if I can do it again. That's what I just did.
One thing we all have learned from COVID is to always wash your hands. Yes, washing your hands is important. Now, something real funny that I've seen is in the beginning, everybody washed hands like crazy. They were sanitizing their hands, washing hands, putting on gloves. We don't see any gloves anymore. That went away really quick. Now it's mostly masks. Everybody's wearing the mask, but what happened to the gloves? Why don't people wear the gloves anymore? What happened? Did they go out of style?
That's a good question. A lot of people were, wearing the gloves as well, and also the shields.
Yeah, we got a glove wearer in the audience. Hi, Mike.
Hey, brother.
Mikey,
What's up, baby?
what's the
How you
word,
guys doing?
Birdman? Maintaining.
You doing all right? Oh, there I am. I can't. I'm trying to do it on this Mac Air thing, whatever, and my thing doesn't support it. I gotta get the other thing, so I'm on the cell. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, pal.
Yeah, good, man.
Yeah.
Good. D-Rock, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Good.
Yeah, good. I keep on losing my
Barb wears gloves.
Huh?
Oh, good for Barbara.
She wears gloves?
And you're doing it the right way. You know, I got to respect Barbara because if you're going to do it, you might as well just do it right. Don't do it half-witted, and at least someone here is doing it right. I admit I do it half-witted and just go through the motions just so I don't get in trouble, just to make it look like I'm doing it. I don't
Now, I'll tell you something.
I respect Barbara. She's doing it right.
The governor had lifted the requirement of people wearing masks here in the state of Florida.
Oh, really?
But, every place I go, people still have their masks on. So thank goodness
yeah.
people aren't, idiots and just following along with somebody's.
Let me tell you something. I was at Road Atlanta, and everyone. I mean, they were out in the open, which was their prerogative. I wore my mask. I mean, I think I saw one person literally in my scope of view that had a mask on. I'm sure more people did. I'm not here to judge, but it was crazy, man. Vaccine will only do so much if that's what you're doing, and if you're not, then you definitely should be covering up because you don't know if you got it or you don't. Forget about infecting everybody else. If everyone watches out for themselves on this one, we'll put this thing to bed already.
Hey, Lisa.
There she is.
It's spread through respiratory droplets.
Yes. Lisa is our thesaurus. That's what she is. She's our.
Well, Lisa's a nurse, right? Isn't Lisa a nurse?
No, she's a teacher. She was a teacher.
Oh, okay. Science?
And she's a Jeopardy champion. She knows more about. She gets all those questions right. Forget it. It's
well, I know this. I know this much. I'm the only one in my family that's not in medicine. I went in music, but I could say this. I can.
That's medicine too.
I know. I seem to know a lot. Like when your family's involved in something, it kind of rubs off on a person in some way or another. So I know this. When we breathe, we're breathing humidity.
Yeah.
There's so much humidity that's being brought out into the air every time we exhale. So what's in the humidity? The corona, the COVID-19 is in the humidity. So that's the problem. So when we're in a closed room, I don't think the mask is going to do it. It's not going to be all that. I think it's a matter of the proper ventilation and distancing.
Yep.
Yeah, distancing is very important, and so is ventilation, and so is hand washing. The masks, I think it's more like if someone spits a lot when they talk, and they're less than 20 feet, because really the spit, and if a person sneezes, it travels 36 feet.
Well, there's a lot of. I mean, I got people who tell me that the masks don't do nothing. I mean, they're so. If you blow smoke through it, you can blow smoke right through it. So it's the microfibers, the molecules or whatever. They're so microscopic they can get through it. But they do it in surgery, and so forth. So.
But they have serious mask surgery. Yeah. They have at least N95.
Yep,
or higher. Probably a lot of them have higher than that, and they're wearing the true masks.
Oh yeah, yeah. Apple's saying that Australia is mandatory to wear gloves when you are serving. Wow.
Oh, that's interesting. It's interesting, except when you're wearing gloves and you're touching money and wearing the gloves and going to the bathroom and then serving again with the same gloves.
So what are we talking about? We're talking about rituals of the commode. Is that what we're talking about today?
Yeah, we were trying to clear the air on some important stuff, lid closing.
Well, literally, if we're talking about bathrooms, we may have to clear the air. That's right, right? How many people gotta, I'll tell you what clears the air. Buy those scented candles from the veterinarian. They're awesome. You get them for the dog, and we get like lavender, and you got pumpkin. You go in the bathroom, you get the blowtorch, you light it up. It's got a nice frilly smell. You do your business, whatever it may be. You come out and you smell like rose. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Not everybody's going to smell rose. Some may smell lavender. Some may smell pumpkin. But what do you got to do?
I got to ask a real personal question. I'm going to ask a private question to everybody. It's not going to be so private, but when you go to the bathroom and do your business, do you crack the window?
Well, since I'm in a closet, no, I don't.
And anybody who doesn't want to answer, I respect your privacy. You don't have to answer this question.
Do you crack a window? No, you turn on the ventilation system, I would think. Get the fan going to suck it all up, I guess. I have no idea. I don't know.
Or do people out there just spray perfume? You think that?
There's this lemon. There's this lemon thing that you put a couple little droplets in the water before you do your business, and it kills the smell.
They have like that.
Lee, what is that called again? Type it in, will you? She knows. My wife knows.
Or something.
It's something. It's like a little.
They have like that Acme brand concentrated pump spray that the custodians use around the schools.
Spray, you just go 2 pumps of water, and then whatever goes down, 1, 2, whatever it may be, it just it cancels out the smell, and it really actually does work. It's
One pump is all it takes.
One pump is all it takes.
Now, I once knew this girl, and she had a bathroom right next to her kitchen table.
Small apartment.
That is kind of
where was it? Was it in New York City?
It was in Manhattan, and everybody went to the bathroom right next to the kitchen table. What do you think about that?
Was it a room?
Nice for a bathroom?
Was it another room, or was it just like a studio apartment and just had it commode was sitting right there?
It's like that.
No, it was a 2-bedroom apartment.
Maybe that was a studio. It could have been a seat at the kitchen table. One of the seats that was like that. It brings a brand new term to head of the table.
In Manhattan, the space is so small in Manhattan that I think they should just turn the bathroom into the kitchen. Lie down on the toilet if they need an extra dining seat.
Bob's taking a shit right now. Hold on. Can you pass the potatoes? Oh yeah, no problem. Not a problem. You want meatballs? No, thank you.
Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious.
Hey, man, these meatballs are seasoning. They're not working today. Wait, those aren't meatballs. Sorry, wrong one. I'm sorry. Not gonna work. Visualize. That's why I drink a spirit, so I can do this hypnosis stuff. My wife's gonna be like, "Why are you doing the handlebars? I hate them." But it's called VIP poop spray. Thank you, Apple Crescent. Thank you. Very nice. It's
yeah, don't hold it in. The rabbi said, "Don't hold it in."
That's true.
And the medical experts, they all justified it. They said, they agreed with it. Sometimes the science matches. Sometimes
5 out of it's like Trident Chicklets Gum. 4 to 5 dentist surveys say that holding in your caca is no good. No good.
Did you know that 99 out of 100 people actually liked the Tommy Williams show?
Really?
99 out of 100.
Well, we got to pay that one person.
Go ahead. Sorry.
We need to pay that one person a visit. Where are you? We want to get a perfect 100. 99 out of 100 people like it. And you're the only one that doesn't? Come on. What do we got to do? We got to bribe. Got to put money on the table. What do we got to do? Come on. You got to watch this show. Very informative. Talk about a lot of shit all day.
We're going to have that person accommodated.
That's it. Watch again. Imagine all of a sudden you got a guy like 6'7" coming to the door tomorrow. Ding dong. Hey, how you doing? My name is, I hear you're the one person. We got to talk. I don't care, Father.
No, someone's going to come to the door.
Father. I don't care if you're going to bless me or not. I'm telling you, you got to watch the Tommy Williams show, because if you don't, it could happen. I'm not saying it would, but it could. You know what I mean?
99 out of 100 people like the Tommy Williams show. They really did. The only thing is that you don't know which 99 people. That's right. All. Out of which 100. But they did like the show, and the one person who didn't like the show, you're just going to come to the house with some cash. So the one person who didn't like the show, we're going to say you could either take the cash or you're not going to like what's going to happen.
That's right.
If you don't take the cash.
You know what's going to happen if they don't take the cash? We're going to do like a song and dance routine for like 12 hours straight on their front porch, and feeding
pajamas. We're going to have Sax Man Dan come on the lawn and Michael on his old alto sax, and we're going to start blowing the horns.
That's it.
All night, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and wake you up.
That's right. Because if I play, believe me, you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. Danny's the only one that could actually play the group.
Mm-hmm.
And brother, let me tell you something. When you played last time, holy crow, that was insane.
He's great, right?
Forget it.
Oh, I got to practice so bad.
You got to practice. What do you got to practice? More for perfection?
Have you
I'm doing a party this Saturday night. I do need to practice. Wow.
Very cool.
It's been a while because now that the nice weather is here, I'm starting.
Is it with Nick and the gang?
Now with Nick, one of mine, thank God. But it's going to be nice. It's going to be karaoke, singing, DJ, sax, the whole works.
Well, this was that one you were talking about. You had lined up, right?
This is one with this is one that I've been doing for decades.
Oh, okay.
Where's that?
He's a friend of mine, and I do business with him. He's a lawyer. If anyone wants a good injury lawyer, go see Richard Amder Jr. in Mattawan.
Nice.
But this is a good guy. He's a good guy. He likes singing. He never used to sing before. He was the most square person you ever met. Very funny, but square. He didn't sing. He would make faces if you sang. Now he's all into singing. His mother sings. And you would, it's like the Von Trapp family. Did you ever watch that show? What's the name of that show? The Sound of Music. And the whole family now sings, and they love music. Mm-hmm. And I see the love in their family, and they express themselves so nicely, and you could just see the love that they have for each other through their singing together.
Yes, that's true.
Sing karaoke. It's a nice thing.
That is true. Apple's saying it's probably a Wendy fan that doesn't like it. That's funny.
It's probably a Wendy fan. They probably said, "That's not Wendy. That's Tommy."
Yeah, that's right. Let me tell you something. They look like two peas in a pod growing up. Oh my gosh! When we were in high school, you remember? Well, Wendy graduated '83, so she always used to have her hairs in pigtail, braided, ponytails they call it or whatever.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm going to be traveling down. I'm going down to Florida.
Nice.
A month for business for Amelia Island for the big concourse, big car show, and it's pretty cool. I've got some artwork that's going to be coming down, and we're going to be at a thing called the Works Reunion with all Porsches. It's going to be on Amelia Island, and a friend of mine's got this big giant Porsche transport bus. It was a 1950 school bus that he converted into the vintage Porsche transport bus. He spent over about $1 million on the thing, and carries his cars all around. And so he loves my artwork, and he wants to help me promote it. So he's like, "Bring it on down, and we'll put it in the bus to display, and my buddies can take a look at it, and I'll sell them all for you." I said, "Okay." as they say, what, from God's mouth to your ears, or your ears to God's mouth, or however, what's the phrase, Danny?
From your lips to God's ears.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I know this guy in synagogue. He has a Targa, and I told him about you.
Oh,
I
did
took
you?
paint pictures. He's like, "Can he paint a picture of my car?"
Absolutely.
I was like, he will. I said, I got to hook you guys up, but I can't use the phone or bring phones there on a Saturday. But
Yeah.
I got to get in touch with this guy.
All right, sounds good.
When I told him about you, his face lit up.
Absolutely. No, sounds good, Bubba. Sounds good. I've actually got a painting right now on P-Car Market, and so I've got that on auction. It's doing pretty good so far. It's up to $3,000 so far, and we've still got another day or so.
Wow.
So it's we'll see.
Wow.
You know,
This guy takes his Target to parades, because I did a parade. We had it was one of these holidays. It was Hanukkah.
Yeah.
I took the speaker in a pickup truck. I took 2 speakers and the whole thing. What's that called? The controller.
Yeah.
Inside the pickup truck.
Oh,
But they
wow.
wouldn't let me stand up in the truck, so
Yeah.
I had to put it on autopilot. And then we did a parade, and I had a generator in back of the pickup truck.
Oh, wow.
Speakers, and it was blasting, and it was blasting in your old neighborhood, by the way.
Right to Wayside. Oh, that's good.
We went all over the place. Wayside was one of the spots we did the parade.
26 Stonehenge Drive.
Great.
That's it, man.
Yep, we were definitely on Stonehenge.
They
and
put a
many
pool in my old house. And
blasting music.
yeah, that I still remember the day I moved in. It was December of 1972. I don't remember when. I was at my Aunt Beanie's house, and we went over there. We saw my grandmother. We went over to my Aunt Beanie's house. We got changed into our little pajamas. I was like, what, 8? I was 4 years old, and I remember driving. She had a 1963 or 64 Buick LeSabre, and I remember driving. She took us over to our brand new house, and I remember walking in through the garage and going through the remember where the garage was? You go in and you go into the den, and I remember walking in. There's white and blue boxes, like these big moving boxes there. And I remember I slept on my cot because I didn't even have a bed yet for the very first night. And that was so exciting, you know.
Can I ask you, where did you move from?
Middlebrook. We were in Middlebrook. So my parents lived in Middlebrook. Back then it was beautiful. Middlebrook was, now I'm sure it's
It's still very nice. It's still a nice place. It's a clean looking place. But what about before Middlebrook?
That was it. I was born there.
Wow.
Yeah. 1498 Rustic Drive was our apartment, and we were on the first floor. And then before that, my parents lived in a garden apartment when they first got married, right by Monmouth Medical. And then my dad was from Long Branch, and my mom lived was from Asbury Park in Interlaken, and that was it. And
I think I may have been in that apartment.
Well,
1498 Rustic. I think so. I helped somebody get an apartment there one time.
When you go down Rustic Drive, you go all the way to the end, and it's the very last group of apartments on your left. And I think it was not the first, the second door, maybe. I still remember it. I still remember. I remember.
I don't think it was the last one. I think it was second one to the last. Maybe.
Yeah, we've got motion pictures, and I mean, I don't have anything of my parents anymore, unfortunately. But I remember the videos and the motion pictures and everything. And I remember sleeping at my grandparents' house when I was little, and it's just it's these memories. My grandparents' house was next door to Henry Vaccaro. The big lion heads. Where we were. Well, you were right around there too, and we're
in Wayside?
No, Interlaken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I remember Penny's house because I used to work when I first started. Yeah. I worked for Penny Vaccaro, which I didn't even know was related to Henry. I didn't know that's his mother.
Yeah.
But I worked for her for many years.
Diane?
Penny Vaccaro. She was a nice lady. I don't know if she's around or not. She was like my favorite favorite client.
Is it Patrick?
I think that's his mom.
A lot of Vaccaros. It's Henry's mom.
It might not be
Diane Lowy. of Lowy Moving Company. And
Wow.
then
Yeah, I remember Steve and
Steve Lowy, yeah.
Actors.
Steve Lowy and his brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Diane is related. Henry's mom is that side of the family. And then Henry Sr., you know. So, but
I only knew two. I knew two Vacaros. That's it. No, I know of three, but two that I was close with. James Vaccaro. He's an older guy. Did our family landscaping for decades.
oh, cool.
And I still see him at the party. I play every year at the St.
Yeah.
Patrick's party. My mother loves him. My parents love that guy, James Vaccaro, the gardener. And then I knew Penny from back in the 90s. Those are the ones who I knew the best.
Yeah.
Taurus, how you doing? Taurus 37. That's me.
Hey, Taurus, what's going on? That's me. Hi, how are you? How you guys doing?
Hello, Miss Taurus. How you doing? How you doing?
I like your cartoon. That's cute. You're artistic in it. Yeah. So,
Actually, you know, I saw, yeah, a lot of Wendy fans do enjoy the channel. You're absolutely right. There's quite a few Wendy fans from the fan clubs who've been switching over and coming over and joining us on here, and it's been fantastic.
yeah, that's awesome.
You know, I've been going. I've been actually, you know, talking to people and whatever have you. I'm on a couple of different channels, and have gotten a couple of invites to go in and either post or go live, and it's been pretty cool because when I put my when I market like my coming on and having conversations on YouTube or else going on the podcast, I'm able to talk to some of the Wendy fans and things. It's a rough sell sometimes. I mean, but you know what? It brought a clarification. I really enjoyed tonight's conversation with the specialist because she was speaking right to me. You know, when I had gone out and I jumped on Wendy's back about the emotion going on and how I felt, you know, during the passing of my mother.
Yeah.
It was just me and what I was thinking. But, you know, when I was listening to that psychologist, I'll tell you, she was spot on when she said everybody mourns differently, everybody grieves differently. And that's exactly what I come to learn. And it was fantastic. But back to Wendy's fans is that, and then for fan club, a lot of her viewers, kind of could see, because when you're outside of the equation, you could see things more clearly.
Absolutely.
And I guess, if I weren't going through it, I could say, hey, look, everybody mourns differently. But I just was so selfish in my thoughts that, I just.
Listen, brother, I don't think it was selfishness. You were just speaking out of being, ripped from your family. I mean, your mother died. I mean, everybody goes through it. And this was a platform for you. And, it's not a conventional, normal, everyday middle America family. You're, Wendy's on, on television. You're now on TV. And, doesn't mean that it's always done the way it should be, but who's to judge how it should be? Really?
You know what it is? It's not a scripted thing.
That's right.
We don't know how we're supposed to act. It happens all of a sudden. How are we supposed to act?
Yeah.
And we start carrying all these emotions that come out of us. And that's how it went down. And it's a cry for help. It's not really being facetious or mean to anyone. It's just a cry for help. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Right. It just, listen, you didn't do anything wrong. And, that's just how it went. But it's all good now. So, stuff happens. I mean, stuff happens when people die. I mean, forget it. I'm not even going to get into my own thing because that's not what it's about. But it's, I mean, crazy shit. I mean, it's just, people think of something, they make assumption, all this type of stuff. And I'm not talking on my behalf. I'm just talking on in general. People think this, people think that, what have you. I mean, it was a quick thing, and it was over as quick as it started, which was
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Thank God.
Yeah, absolutely. It's listen, it's hopefully it's all for the better, and realigns everybody to say, hey, listen, we are family. This is what it is.
Mhm.
May not agree, may not this. We all have our separate lives, but when it comes down to it, we got each other's back. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. So
Yeah.
it's all
I'm
good.
gonna actually I'm gonna let Wendy know about this show. I mean, I don't know all the shows that she watches, but she didn't know that I was having a psychologist come on. She probably would have had some jokes for me with that. But
I
I'm
miss
gonna,
your sister.
I'm gonna send her a link.
Well, Wendy, if you're watching, love you. We miss you. And let me tell you something. I think about all the times, right? We used to go up to the radio station and everything. And by the way, I want to see your artwork because I'm doing artwork full time too. We'll exchange. I'm doing all automotive stuff. You could see it all like P Car Market. I'm actually working on a TV pilot that's looking pretty good right now. And so it's good stuff, but always thinking about you. I'm glad you're okay, and all that good stuff. So anyway,
Thanks.
I wasn't yet. I didn't get to have the opportunity yet to meet Wendy, although I hear all the
it's great.
stories about her. But when I do meet her, I'm just gonna give her a big hug. So
Yeah.
I'm warning you right now, Wendy. I'm gonna give you a hug, so don't get freaked out. Now, as far as this show goes, well, first of all, like Tommy's like family to me. So as far as this show goes, I pray for this show to make it, and I learned a lot from mistakes that went on from this show. And I really do. I'm glad we made some bad mistakes on the show, but
Yeah.
I'm really happy that we made the mistakes because now we're going to improve things and it's going to be out of sight. We have a great guest coming on tomorrow. That's going to be on a pre-recorded podcast, and then we're going to have a lot more structure coming up on for the upcoming shows. We're going to talk about different subjects, and it's going to be a lot of fun and new guests and things like that. And there's going to be less technical problems, and we're going to just come on right away. And we're also going to not stay on for hours and hours and hours because we want to keep people entertained. We want to keep them entertained for less time. So maybe that might be a half hour or an hour. We're not going to stay on for 10 hours.
Meanwhile, I jumped on this platform has been now going for 2 hours and 17 minutes. I was just excited. It was such a great time. It was, but the conversation I had with the mental health specialist was only it was about under a half hour, I'd say, but it was perfect. It was to the point. It was great, very engaging. But then I wanted to hang out with the fellas too. I wanted to bring you guys on. So.
That's it, man. It's all about the family. And by course, I'm sorry, and we're sorry for the loss of your dad. And
absolutely sorry to hear about your.
Yeah.
Who's dad? Someone lost. Oh, Taurus. She lost her dad in June. Oh, terrible. I want everyone to know we never forget the people that we lost, that we loved and lost. I don't care if it was 50 years ago, because you don't forget it. If it was 60, 70 years ago, for the older people out there, it's never forgotten. It feels like yesterday. Mm-hmm. We deal with it, but we still remember what happened.
Yeah,
we remember the person and the nice things that they did, how they affected our lives, and we don't ever get relieved saying that time went by and we feel better. No, it's like it happened today.
Well, you learn to deal with it. It just, it's funny. I was just putting Wyatt to bed, and he's going, wait, what did he say? Scootalaboo, something like that. I go, wait, what'd you say? Did you say family de bouche? My father would always say family de bouche, like, keep your mouth quiet when I'm talking. Family de bouche, he would always say that. And I'm saying it wrong because I'm not French. But anyway, so Wyatt said something like that. I said, what did you say? I said, say that again. And he was saying it kind of like that. And I was like, it just reminded me of my father. I'm like, he's floating somewhere, he's right here doing something. He's probably going, get your ass to bed, right? That, Mike, I'm talking.
Yeah.
Hush, bed. Hold on. Let me talk. All right. Tommy, come here, honey. All right, pussycat. Okay. Yeah. He was the best.
Some people have dreams and they tell. They know when somebody's going to pass through the dream.
Yes. Yeah, that happened with my mother when my mother died. Oliver, it was through 2:30 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. I called up, was going to drive back, and all of a sudden, he got up out of a cold sleep and he said, "Grandma died, or did Grandma die? Something happened of that nature." I was like, "What'd you say?" He goes, "I just had a dream Grandma died," and something to that nature. And then 10 minutes later, 5 minutes later, my sister called me and said that she passed away, and just out of a cold sleep. And he never wakes up. Never. This kid, when he's out like a brick, and popped right up out of bed like nothing. Came right into the living room. We were in there. I was talking with the nurses, and then we got off the phone, and he said, I had this dream that Grandma passed away. And maybe 5 minutes later, that I got the call. So, it's what it is. It's but they're always here. They absorb into you. They really, I firmly believe, they absorb into you. You can hear them. You can feel them. You got a 50-year-old soundtrack inside your head, of every single thing and in your subconscious. And, and then now it's being exercised because of the loss. And, they're just always there. I mean, I talk to my mother every single day. I talk to my father every single day. Every single day. I'm talking to them and I'm answering, as if they're talking to me. I may look a little loopy outside talking to, hey, yeah, all right, yeah. But I don't care. It doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care what anybody thinks. They do the right thing.
I had a dream about John. Now that I look back on it, it's probably just hours before he passed away. And I called him. As soon as I had the dream, I woke up.
Yeah.
I said, I got to call John. But it's 11:30 tonight. No, I don't care. I called him, spoke to him, and he said he didn't feel good. And then that was the morning that he passed away. The dream it's the weirdest dream. I dreamt I was driving in a car and I couldn't see. Maybe I was having maybe I was having an insulin reaction. Sometimes I can't see if I have an insulin reaction.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, I mean, not that it really happened. It didn't happen. It has happened. So I dreamt I couldn't see. It was in the car and I called John. And then I called John, like, can you come and help me? And then he couldn't answer me. And I said, wait, something happened to John. Something happened to him. I woke up. I immediately called him. It was 11:30, and then he goes, I don't feel good. And then that morning, I guess it was probably like 7, 8, something like that, he died. Maybe earlier than that. Who knows? But it was that morning. So it couldn't have been too much after that call, come to think of it. That's crazy.
It is crazy, but it happens. You hear these stories. It's just, it's the universe working, it's the universe working. Hold on once.
Yeah. Then one time back in 79, I shook my uncle's hand. He was at my house and I held his hand a really long time. And he just, I just grabbed it. I was a little kid and he was looking at me and he stared at me. He stared at me for, it just seemed like a long period of time, maybe a minute. It's not normal just to stare, to hold someone's hand and stare at him for a minute.
Yeah.
The next day he was killed by an automobile in an automobile accident by a drunk driver. The next morning.
Wow. That's
another weird one. And it happened again in college. It happened. Someone shook my hand. It was my RA, is that what you call them? The head of the
the RA.
My RA, I shook his hand. We were at it was called the Rathskeller at FAU, Florida Atlantic University.
Yeah.
They had a bar where everybody got together. They drank and they danced, put shows on, and I shook his hand for like an extra long time.
Yeah.
More than normal. And then he went out with his fraternity brothers, climbed some big pole, and he fell down and got killed.
Who was this now?
Rockney. His name was Rockney.
Wow.
He was killed like a day or two after. It was weird. Like funny things happen right before a person passes away. The spirit comes down and it tries to reach out to people and inform people that they're getting ready to pass. That's what I believe.
You know what? It's like I'm so like into like it's kind of crazy. It's just I don't know. I don't know. It's I believe that we are conductors. We are conduits. Is what I'm saying. We transfer that. It's energy transfer. When I went to Tony Robbins' stuff, it's energy transference. You be with somebody like, I was just thinking about that. I was literally just thinking about that. So was I. And you're right. It's because it's protons, neutrons. Everything is transferable. And that's, some people are more in tune with it where they could understand what's really going on in another person. And some people it's just, every once in a blue moon where you're kind of just like, wait, oh my God, I was just thinking that. And then there's that connection, and you just have that connection. And it's pretty cool stuff. It's just, I mean, look at us. We got the connection for 40 years. I mean, we've been doing it forever. You're right.
Yeah. My grandmother also had the premonition about the uncle that I had the premonition about, but in a more direct way. She actually dreamt that he was going to pass away, and he did. Crazy.
That is crazy.
So when we're close to people, we got to just look out for them and pray for them. That's what I do. I pray for Tommy, his family. I pray for Nick, and I pray for everyone, for the people that I'm involved with, for their success, and that I should be a part of it.
Yeah.
And that they should live long. That's it. And it'll come back on you. If you wish someone to live a long life, you're going to live a long life.
I gotta make it to 100 minimum 100. Why? Because I had my boys when I was 43. So, they'll be 57. If I go at 100, I'll still be totally pissed off. But at least it'll be 57. At least they'll be 57. They could deal with it. If it's 56, no good. 57. Okay, well, Heinz 57 is a good thing. 57 for this. 57 Chevy. 57 T-Bird. 57 Corvette. 84 Mercury Marquis. Hey. Inside joke, people. So, what's the inside joke? That was the car that me and Tommy would always drive around in, and we would always call ourselves Starsky and Hutch. Yes, that's right.
Wow, who had a 57?
No, he didn't have 57. I'm just saying 57. My kids, if I die at 100, they'll be 57. So I started doing a little, 57.
Oh, wow.
But Tommy had, he drove when we were 17. Well, he was 17. I was 16. He used to drive his dad's 84 Mercury Marquis. It was like burgundy, metallic burgundy, and had velour interior. And that was our cop car. And we would just like scoot around. It was a really nice car. And we went to this one party. Steven Schultz had this party.
We started crashing into stuff with it.
Yeah, it was. We were on Powell Drive. It was a round cul-de-sac, and T was power sliding, drifting around the whole thing. Oh my God, it was great. Nothing happened to the car, Mr. Williams. Don't worry, everything was fine. We were respectable drivers, and we obeyed all the laws. Yes, we did.
Tommy was classy. He liked big cars.
Oh
Tommy
man, we killed that thing.
Oh yeah.
That was the best. You remember my dad's Grand Prix that I would drive around? It was beige with beige interior, with beige Landau top, with a giant dent in the back, and no air conditioning. My father's like, "That's your car." I'm like, "Wait a minute, I got the Fiat. Grandma gave me the Fiat. That's my car." He's like, "Yeah, your mother's using that one. You can use it, but take this one tonight." I'm like, "Take that one tonight."
The Pontiac.
Oh, the Pontiac 6000. He had that. We had the 1980 Fiat Bravo that my grandmother gave to me when I was 14. And that car was gorgeous. Yeah. But it was a piece of garbage. We put $4,000 in 3 years in that car. $4,000. So from 1982 to 1985, $4,000. That's like 25 grand today. I mean, it's like buying another car. And so he hated the car. And I remember when she died, my grandfather goes, "Your grandmother wanted you to have the car." And I'm like, "Yes!" And
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
And my
your grandmother. Yep.
My grandmother passed away when I was in 9th grade. And we were driving down Sunset Avenue in Asbury Park going into Wanamassa. We're right across from Sunset Farms and Luigi's Pizza. And he goes, "All right, I'm going to ask you a question." I go, "Yeah, Dad?" He goes, "You want a Trans Am or grandma's car?" Now, I knew he was full of shit because my father would look at cars every week. We'd go looking at cars. "I'm telling you, I got my checkbook. I'm buying the car." He's not buying nothing. He would test drive them. It would take us, it'd be like 6 years before we would get a car. He would just wait and wait. He'd go to Rass's Pontiac and he'd be like, Aaron, I got my checkbook. He'd be like, Ronnie, you always have your checkbook. What does that have to do with today? Are you buying a car today? No, I'm not buying a car. You're not giving me a good enough deal. Not giving me a good enough deal. So anyway, so he goes, listen, you want a Trans Am or you keep Grandma's car? I'm like, he's not buying me a Trans Am. So I said, I want Grandma's car. His like shoulders slumped. He was like, all right, we'll keep the car. We'll keep the car. But your mother's going to use it. I'm like, but Grandpa gave it to me. I don't care what he did. It's your mother's. You could drive the car. Then I remember I was hanging out with Kelly Griffiths. And I was 17 and we're right by Ocean Township Pool, right? So I was driving the Fiat. And all of a sudden, like right past Ocean Township Pool, there was that open field with that very long dirt road.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm like, what's back there? I'm wondering what's back there. I take the car
I never knew
and
what
I
was back
decide
there.
to do a Baja rally. I go all the way back on this dirt road. And as I'm going closer and closer to the unknown, my voice is going, keep it going, man. Keep it going. You can do this. And my other voice is going, you're fucking dead. You're going to be dead. You're going to be dead. Daddy's going to kill you. So I'm driving around. Wait, here's the camera. Wait, where's the camera? All right. So I'm driving around, and I'm going around, and I take a left turn. And as I take now it's all dirt. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, I'm dead. And all of a sudden, the car's driving straight, and then it just slumps. It goes into a ditch. I'm freaking out. I run like I'm running from The Exorcist, for God's sake. I'm running as fast as I can. There was no phone around. I go to Ocean Township Pool, ring the thing. I had just enough change. Tow truck guys come. They're like, yeah, it's going to be $50. $50 to get your car. I'm like, 50 in 1986 or 1985, $50.
A lot of money. In 85, 50 was a lot.
A lot. So I'm like,
that's like in today's money, I don't know, a few hundred.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So two guys come. They didn't even they lifted the back of the car. The guy was like a moose. He was like 6'5". He lifting the back of the car up like he was Hercules, for God's sake. They're dragging it out. And I give them the $50. They must have spent 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That was it. I drive it home. My phone was like, what the hell's the matter with the car? Why is it all dirty? What do you got dirt all over the car? You got like mud and this and that and goop it. I'm like, well, I was. He goes, where the hell are you going? Where are you going? I got out of it. The best though was T, man. When Jeff came, you already know it. Mike, come on, I gotta take you home.
Oh gosh,
World Bar.
And for some reason, I knew you were going to go into that one.
Oh, shit.
Man,
We're not going to go into. Anyway, we were 16 years old and we weren't doing what we were supposed to, innocently though, and I'll leave it at that. I didn't feel so good afterwards. No. So Tommy's like, well, listen, Wendy's taking us up to the World Bar. We're going up to the radio station. She wasn't even there. We were going to the World Bar with Jeff or whatever. Wendy was still at Northeastern. So all of a sudden, I'm like, nope. T is like, we're going home right now. We get in the little brown Subaru Legacy, and I'm like, Tommy, I don't. And my parents weren't home; they were out with their friends, the Greens. So all of a sudden, as he goes, I'm gonna just drop you off. You'll be fine. I'm like, I don't know. And all of a sudden, man, my parents are home with company. With the whole, I'm like, holy shit, I'm dead. So we drive around, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I don't feel so good. Nature took its call. I drive home. Here's Tommy. Go on, it's okay. Push me up the stairs, and just as I get to the door to try and open the door, he's out like Flash Gordon. I'm like, where'd he go? He's nowhere around. I tiptoe in. My father's like, Michael. I'm like, oh. Are you all right? I'm like, oh, yeah, Dad, I just ate too much pizza and I had a whole bottle of Coke. So I'm like, my mother's like, what's the matter? And I'm like, oh, I just ate too much, So I'm walking up the stairs thinking I'm home free. And all of a sudden, he's at the bottom of the stairs. Michael, get over here. Turn around. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm dead. He's going to know I'm drunk, the whole thing. And he turns around and he goes, are you sure you're all right? I'm like, yeah, Dad, I got to just go lie down. I don't feel so. Well, that was not the end of it. This was an all-night excursion, Oh, my God. I got sick in the. It was terrible. It was terrible. My father's like, "What the hell's going on in there?" You know.
Yeah.
My mother's like, "Are you all right?" And she's like, "Oh my!" It was like The Exorcist. It was. Dang. I had everything.
What were you drinking?
How many? Okay, what were we drinking? We were drinking. We were smoking. We were doing it all.
See, when I tried drinking, I didn't know about drinking. I thought drinking was like water, like you drink water. I didn't know. I was only 17. Well, I got this cheap liquor that somebody bought for me. No, I think I went in the store. I don't know why they served me. I didn't look like I was 21. I had that baby face.
I'll be right back.
I don't know how I even got served.
I'll be right back.
They probably knew I was underage. Yeah, okay.
All right.
And I got some wild Irish rose. You know
snap.
Irish rose is? The cheap wine. Like just to get drunk. And I drank a fifth of it like it was water. Because I didn't know how to drink. I didn't know there was a proper way to drink. And I couldn't see my watch. But that was the last time I got drunk. The times that I drank after that, I just got a little buzz and that was it. No more drunk after that. I didn't like that experience. So one time I drove to a gig in Manhattan. I didn't want to take the truck. They charge more money when you take the truck. I took a car and I lightened the load up and I did this gig. It was in a penthouse on, I think it was like 20-something street. It was like a little walk from Penn Station. Not too far from Penn Station. So it was in a real tourist area on 34th and, yeah, not 24th, 34. What street is Penn on? 34 and what?
7th.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
7th Avenue.
Yeah, 7th. So it was like 7th and 20-something. You said it. See, you're a navigational genius. And I came out of the gig and I missed the time on the sign, like said, I don't know, 12. And I came out of the gig like 12:05. My car was gone. And I said, wait, did someone steal my car? No, it couldn't have been. I said, it must have got towed. And I went, they towed it to the West Side Highway. I called the police. I said, my car is gone. And they said, oh, what's your name? What kind of car? Oh, it got towed. Go to the West Side Highway. That's where they take all the cars. So now I got all my equipment up in the gig, up in the apartment. These people want to go to sleep. And they wanted cash. They wanted $350 cash. What kind of person carries $350 cash and they didn't accept credit card? I mean, I happen to have had it because I just had done a gig. But like under no other circumstances would I carry cash. I'm not going to carry more than 100 or 150, something like that. But I'm not going to carry $350 for what? But I had it and I picked it up. I picked the car up. That was quite an experience. That was a lesson to be learned. Parking in New York City. Missed it by like 5 minutes. They towed it. They didn't even give me a ticket or a warning. They just towed it. And it was the first time I ever got in trouble in New York City.
They'll tow your car with you in it.
They'll tow the car with you in it.
Yep.
I mean, I never heard of that because if the person doesn't have a record or the license plate shows that the car is clean and there's no money in arrears, why would the car get towed? Yeah. It's just weird. But that's the money making racket they have going on.
Indeed.
Then let's see. One time I parked in Deal with my Porsche, and I didn't yet change the license plate, and I left the documentation inside the car where it's supposed to be, and my license in the car. Mm-hmm. And they said in order to get it out of the place where they towed it, you got to have documentation. I said, well, it's in the car. I said, how do you expect me to get it? It's inside the car. You won't give the car to me. And I kept arguing. How am I supposed to get my license? You're giving me a ticket for no insurance or registration or license when it's in the car. That was another experience. That's funny. So they just towed it. Yeah, they didn't give me any warning, nothing. The plate was in the back seat, not yet put on. And that was it. They wanted to see that too. But I said, it's all in the car. I think I managed to persuade them to show it to them, and they let me off on all the tickets.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
That's a true crazy story. So it's all crazy, whether you're in Manhattan or the country, suburbs.
True. Folks, I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it because today has been a very long day. You know, I was just thinking, I said, you know, geez, Danny, I did it again. You know, we said that we were going to try to, you know, make these lives shorter. And you just mentioned we still make mistakes. We made some big mistakes. Another what I did, I should have stopped the live after my guest and restarted the live for us to just, you know, fraternize and stuff like that, you know?
Okay.
And
all right. You know, we had energy. You had energy.
I did.
Energy. You're ending.
And then a lot of my energy was depleted when I was kind of doing the waiting game, kind of hanging out, and then that, you know, it's like,
yeah.
But hey, it's time well spent all the time. Nita's in the back. She might be asleep, but you know, it was great. You know, wouldn't change it. It's all helpful. It's all positive energy. It's all good mental health. You know, doing some positive things. This is all positive vibes right here, and no repent. I think that I definitely want you to go back and check out the conversation I had with the specialist, though. She was great.
I will.
And yeah, but you know, moving forward, we'll figure it all out. Look forward to all that we were talking about. You know, and I'm going to wrestle around with this green screen over the weekend, try to make some heads and tails of this. Maybe we'll do a Zoom or something like that and try some stuff out. But yeah, it's been a great night, everybody. T. Williams, thank you so much for the comment. It's been an interesting conversation. Super. I'm glad that you all were entertained. You know, sometimes, you know, we get caught up. You know, we're all good childhood friends, me, Danny, and Mike. And we definitely have some good memories. And we have great times and really feel blessed that I have these guys in my life still.
Amen.
I feel really great having you all in my life and, you know, being able to share this platform with my special friends. So, you know, it's like a big kumbaya time, and we'll do it again tomorrow, perhaps. I know tomorrow night. Oh, that's the big one. Hey, Danny, tell them a little something about it, and then we'll get ready to go ahead and shut it down. Huh?
Tomorrow night's a special night because we're going to have the Honorable Lou Ivoli, and we are ready to do the show. It's going to be a pre-recorded show, but there's not going to be any technical problems. Everything is going to run smooth, and we're going to find out about this amazing man, Lou, the Honorable Lou Ivoli. He started from a humble background. They were so poor. They had no money. They had a real humble house, not living in a rich neighborhood, just like real working class with no budget to work with. And he just ran and made it as the senator's. He first got a job. He didn't even run. He got a job as the senator's aide. And it may have even been the assemblyman's aide. So it's just a small, mediocre job. I'm talking about a job that back in maybe it was the 70s. Maybe it paid, if he was lucky, it paid maybe $13,000. I mean, this is the meager job, the meager money that this man started out with. And then he rose to the top. You know, he rose and he became the assemblyman. And after he became the assemblyman, he ran the whole state of Long Island, the county of Nassau. He was the state supervisor for all business. And he became a very important man. People still call him till today. And he's in his 80s. So, but we'll go over his story. He ran his campaign from his house. He didn't have that big money. You know, his wife made a coffee urn in the house, and they would sit there in the house doing this, licking envelopes. You know, they didn't have a secretary to do that. His wife was the secretary, and he was his own secretary. They had to do the work by hand. This is an amazing story, inspiring for anybody who wants to make it. in anything you desire to do. Just see this show and you will get inspiration. I'll leave it.
Fantastic. Well, we're looking forward to going ahead and recording that show, and you all sit tight, be ready to receive that show. It's going to be fantastic. It will be premiering next Monday on the podcast, Tommy Williams Show. So, folks, it was a great night, and I'll see you all in the morning, bright and early, God willing, and stay safe, stay masked up, make great decisions, take care of your health.
Yes.
Mentally, physically, spiritually.
Yes.
God bless.
Please
care.
Call me, Tommy, after the show.
Will
God
do.
bless everyone. Amen.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye now.